My thesis on Krogan virility and aggression is what got me in the initiative.
I had no idea. I'd love to hear more. Over dinner, maybe?
Oh. Thing is, Ryder, you're not my type.
Don't think about it too much, too much, too much, too much. There's no need for us to rush this through. Don't think about it.
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA.
Whoopity whoop, scoop, scoop. How's everybody feeling at this point in time? This is, of course, the Musty Moon Cricket, and well, I think we're back in this bitch one more time. It's not gonna be one more time because we doing this shit again, like some weirdos. But guess what? We back in the city. We back in the city, and you know, today we talk about some more video games. Yes, I said it, more video games. That's what we bought. We bought these games, and today, a little side note. Talking to you guys on a new mic. Yes, I said it. Yes, so hopefully the voice sound a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you guys hear me a little more clear. You know, my last mic, I had it for a minute. I had the Blue Snowball. You know what I'm saying? A little outdated. You know, I had it for 2 years now. So I finally went out, upgraded, got the daddy of the Blue Snowball, got the Blue Yeti. You know what I'm saying? And this bitch is sweet. I gotta lie. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This is about to be a long-winded ass review because I'm liking the way I'm sounding with this mic. So I might be talking my skinny little ass off. Alright, anyway. Back on the business. So yeah, we talking about a new game. Not so much new came out last month, but we on that nigga time. I had to put hell out into this game. We talking about Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, side note on the entire Mass Effect series with me. Little origin story myself. Before I get into all that bullshit, actually, matter of fact, let's talk about, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers that orchestrate this bitch together. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers that crafted this. Starting with the developers. Developers, of course, BioWare. Actually, I think this time, BioWare, it was BioWare Montreal that took the helm of this one. Now, they were like more so a support group. What I'm hearing, to the previous, or to the actual main BioWare group. And, so this kind of a first project by them specifically. But, you know what I'm saying, BioWare as a whole, you know, they're known for the, Knights of the Old Republic, you know, Dragon Age Inquisition, and, you know, all the other Dragon Age games. And even the Mass Effect, you know, the original trio, the original trilogy. So, you know, they helmed that. And the game was, published by Electronic Arts, you know what I'm saying, EA. You know, we all know who EA is known for. You know, they came out Battlefront. You know, they came out Battlefield 1. You know, they got Battlefront 2 dropping. What was it? Oh, was it by the end of the year? I think that actually got a release date of it. That should look. I'm kind of excited for that game. But yeah, we drifting off. But yeah, me and Mass Effect. Listen, I'm tell you something about me and Mass Effect. We go way back. Like, Mass Effect was like, has always been up there. It's like top 3 of like my favorite series. Like, I'm talking about. Like, I played Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 multiple times, multiple playthroughs, multiple endings, Paragon, Renegade, all that shit. Like, I'm a Mass Effect veteran. Like, I put hella time into Mass Effect. And I've always, let me tell you something quick. A little side note. I remember I was playing Mass Effect 2. And, like, I remember I was so heavily invested into that game. Like, when I say, like, because Mass Effect 2 dropped out, I think I was in 8th grade. Man, I tell you right now, when I was playing Mass Effect 2, I was so heavily invested into that game. Like, when I beat it. First of all, I beat it, and then my mom had her credit card on my Xbox Live, and I try to finesse the shit out of her and be like, oh, mom, fucking Bill Gates stealing from me. I don't know why I keep charging your card. I was lying my ass. So I knew exactly what that money was coming from. That was my ass charging her account to get Mass Effect DLC, because I know her ass wouldn't get it for me if I asked her for it. So yeah, I bought all the DLC, got the little extra characters they had for you. I did all that shit. When I finally had nothing else left to do in the game, I fell into a little mini nerd depression. Like, I didn't know what the fuck to do with myself. I promise you, it was that serious. Like, I finally got the game, beat it, and then, like, there was nothing else left to do. There was nothing. And, like, literally, I was like, dude, like, what the fuck what am I supposed to do with myself now? Like, you guys gonna sit there and, like, give me this much? Like, I care for these characters this much, and you gonna take me out of it like that and be like, yo, thanks for playing, have a good day? Hell no. I needed more. I needed infinite amount of Mass Effect. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we'll talk about the, we talk about the fucking original trilogy. You know what I'm saying? I can talk about that shit all day. But no, fuck all that. Not talking about Andromeda. Now, let's actually move on to the story of Mass Effect Andromeda. And you know what I'm saying? This is a freestyle. This is a long-winded bitch right here. I'm telling you something right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with that writing shit down. I just, you know what I'm saying? I like to keep my shit unscripted. You know what I'm saying? I like to, whoever is listening to this, like to provide you guys with, the natural reaction. Like, I just beat this game yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I'm finally recording this. This is fairly new after I beat the game. You know what I'm saying? So this is like very natural reactions that I got going on here. But anyway, so yeah, let's move on to the story of Mass Effect. And how can I start things off? Basically, this you're no longer in the Milky Way, you know what I'm saying? The Citadel, all that stuff, like you're no longer in that galaxy. Okay, the whole point of it called being Mass Effect Andromeda, obviously, is because you're going on to a new Andromeda galaxy. You're part of something called the Initiative program, and you play as either Sarah, or I don't think his default name is Jack, but you play as one of the Ryder kids, and basically you are put into a predicament, not going to spoil too much, where you are taking on the responsibility of a title called Pathfinder. A little exposition, a little explanation behind that shit. Pathfinder is somebody who set out to go out and find new planets, or basically new inhabitable worlds, or golden planets as they call it, for not just humanity, but for everyone in the Milky Way to settle. Because you know what I'm saying, when you guys go in the Andromeda galaxy, you guys, all the people, all the races that were kind of conflicted in the previous Mass Effect trilogy, you know what I'm saying, like you guys are all kind of came as one, so you guys really aren't conflicting one another. You guys now, instead of being looked at human, Krogan, blah blah blah, sorry, it's kind of looked at like the Milky Way crew. You guys are all kind of one. So you guys trying to find a planet as a Pathfinder for everyone to settle on. And you know what I'm saying, of course, as always, complications. You end up coming across, couple new species in the game. You come across one new species, which I'll further elaborate on. But, you know what I'm saying, called the Ket. And, they're poses the big bad enemies of the game. And, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of the basic synopsis. I don't know if they fucking talk. The basic synopsis of the story, you know what I'm saying? Pathfinder, it's 600, it's in the future. It's like 600 and something years, I think, after the ending of Mass Effect 3. I believe so. I'm not 110% factual on that one. Or it may take place like during the Reaper invasion, but you're not in the Milky Way. So anybody in the Andromeda universe, I burped, that's gross, has no fucking clue what's going on with the Reapers. They're not part of that shit. Anybody in Andromeda, Milky Way could got destroyed by the Reapers, and they would have no fucking idea what happened. Yeah, so that's the basic story. The story, without diving too deep, it don't go super far past that. You're basically the Pathfinder, and your job is, is to find golden planets. You're trying to find a new home in the Andromeda universe for the Milky Way inhabitants. Usually Mass Effect really is, they really do a good job with the narrative of the game. And, I'm not saying that this game didn't have a good narrative, because it did. You know what I'm saying? It had a good story. And it, for the most part, it had you pretty invested. But in comparison to the OG trilogy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm giving some time. I'm not going to be quick to judge, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to let them dip their feet in the water, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess this is a new BioWare team that's making this. And it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, a reboot of the series. So really, a lot of people are comparing it to the original trilogy. But I'm going to try my best to stray away from that. Because I feel like this really is something new. Like, you know what I'm saying, Ryder, I'm going to start comparing Ryder to Shepard. You know, Shepard, if no one played Mass Effect, the original trilogy, Shepard is the OG motherfucker who saved the Milky Way galaxy in the you know what I'm saying, the OG trilogy. But I'm going to try to look at Mass Effect Andromeda as its own thing. And a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, because Mass Effect Andromeda is not a bad game. Like, I honestly, truly, I be like, you know, like when the game first dropped, I was like reading reviews and like looking at, reviews and shit. And like, you know, people were like, dude, they were giving this game like verbal hands. Like, this game was catching it on the chin. They were talking shit about the facial animations and just, you know what I'm saying. And I'm getting wrong, some technical issues with the game, but like, honestly and truly, when it comes to technical issues, I mean, that's something that you really kind of like, you want to expect. But like, it kind of comes to territory. Like, it's something that just like, I mean, if it happens, if it don't, that's good. But sometimes if it happens, like, I don't get too butthurt about it. But yeah, straight off, you know what I'm saying, no script. But you know what I'm saying, like, I'm gonna try to look at Andromeda like its own thing. And if you don't compare it to the previous Mass Effect games, this actually is a good game. It's a good story. Like, it's a good narrative to it, okay? Like I said, I won't put in the same part as the original trilogy, but we strayed away from that shit. We're looking at its own thing. And yeah, it's good. Like, you know what I'm saying? You play as Ryder. And Ryder, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to compare, but I'm just naturally going to compare it. Ryder compared to Shepard, you know, Shepard was the, you know what I'm saying, the kind of experienced war veteran. You can tell he's been around the block, you know what I'm saying? He got history in Mass Effect 1 before you can play as him as, you know, being a hero of some settlement he saved or whatever kind of backstory you chose for him. And Ryder is unproven. Like, Ryder is the son or daughter of the Pathfinder that's really supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, for the initiative, and that's your father. Not gonna disclose what happened to him, but you know, you take on his role later in the game, and like, you're unproven. A lot of people doubt you. And you know, really, you kind of gotta go out and be like, let me tell y'all motherfuckers something. Like, y'all fucking the real one. You gotta let them know. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta prove to them, like, yo, like, you know, even though I didn't ask for this job, I'm gonna do my thing, you know? And, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, like, you know, at first, when I first started playing as Ryder, first of all, I thought that was a kind of a, you know what I'm saying? No, you know, I thought that was kind of a corny ass name. Like, I don't know why, but like, when people call you fucking Ryder, it's like, excuse me? You call me what? I'm sorry? I'm a what? Ryder. You must be, I ain't riding shit around here, motherfucker. But like, you know what I'm saying? That's just some petty shit. But like, you know, that's kind of, I don't know the name, how to talk about the name. And, another thing, Ryder, when I first started playing as him, or I played the male Ryder. By the way, side note, right now, I gotta get shit off my chest. Yo, this game's, character customization. Matter of fact, fuck that. I'll talk about that in the gameplay. I'll talk about that in the gameplay. Anyway, yeah, Ryder, when I first got in the boots of him, when I first started playing as him, I kind of thought he was, to lack of better terms, slightly corny. I mean, like, he was just a little bit like, oh, come on, dude. Alright, dude, we get it, dude. Alright, you're very happy to be in the universe. We get it, bro. Whatever. But, you know, over time, man, Ryder kind of grew on me. You know, I liked him. I don't know why, but, like, it's my hear him talk. I hear Nathan Drake. I know for a fact I cannot be the only person that hears Nathan Drake when he says something. Like, I feel like I literally thought for a minute the same voice actor that voiced Nathan Drake, voiced Ryder. And then I look back, I was like, I feel like that'd be bigger news. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't think of the guy's name, but the guy that voiced Nathan Drake is a giant ass voice actor. So I appreciate the bigger news. Like, you just wouldn't figure that out. But matter of fact, midway through this commentary, I'm gonna look it up. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now another Christian I have about the game, because you know we going deep, we diving deep. This is a long-winded ass review. You don't gotta listen to this whole thing because it's about to be fucking long. I won't blame you. But anyway, another thing I'm gonna fucking mention is that yeah, the crew in this game, the crew You know, that's one thing I've always loved about Mass Effect. They always had a good ass supporting crew behind you. Like, the characters were always great. You know, to name out a couple highlights, got the homeboy Garrus. I like Jack. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, obviously it's a lot of fucking characters. We go through the span of 3 games, but like, you know, it was a lot of standout characters. And even through Mass Effect 1, like when the first game first presented itself, we still had some characters that were like, oh, okay, I like this guy. But like, I don't know why, but I did not feel that with one character really. Like, you know, if this is your first Mass Effect, you probably think these characters are pretty straight. But once you go back to the previous cast, like, you be like, damn, like, this shit really got nerfed. Like, these fucking characters, like, these side characters, your crew got nerfed. Like, when I think about it, when I really go back, I really do not know who I enjoyed the most. I mean, you got, like, you know what I'm saying? You got, like, Liam, he's like the fucking, like, British. And he's kind of like the, you know, he's kind of like the crazy one. He's like, I think he's like he used to be a cop or something. Then you got Drag, he's like the old Krogan who won't let his age stop him. Then you got, you know what I'm saying, this homegirl, dude named Draw. And, Draw, I can't talk about him, so I'll talk about him later. He's a new race in the game, which I'll elaborate on later. And Vetra, she's a Turian. One thing else I can highlight, I'm about to go on a hell of tangents. Another thing I can talk about, they finally start showing like different, like they start showing races, like the same races in the game, you know what I'm saying, Solarian, Turians, you know, Krogan, but they started showing female versions of them, and that's kind of new. Like, they did not used to show female versions of like Krogan. You never see any female versions of Krogan. They never show any female versions of Turian or any female versions of Solarians. Like, only thing they show a female version of, or females of, were the Asari. Like, they never show any female versions. You heard about them, but you never saw them. Like, an actual female. So that's kind of sweet, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the women. They got their girls a little love. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I might about to go through the whole crew, because I'm not gonna lie, there's really no one that stood out. I mean, if I had to really pick one person right now that stood out, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I go with the woman that you make love to in the game, I guess. Like, I mean, fucking Cora. And she's another character. She's basically like, you know, every single Mass Effect game has like that one basic character they make like your main squeeze. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got like, you know, your main bitch. You know, Mass Effect 1 was Ashley. Mass Effect 2 was like, you know, fucking obvious. She's like the Kardashian in the motherfucking space galaxy. Fucking Miranda. And then 3 kind of went back to Ashley, but, you know, kind of depending on how you pick the litter. And then 4 is kind of Cora, and she's like, you know what I'm saying, some white chick, shortcut, gave her a little unique look. But you know what I'm saying, I mean, really no character fucking stood out. That's probably my biggest disappointment. I've always loved the crew, you know what I'm saying, I'm always gonna do void missions. And another thing about me, like, every time, like, in between missions, I would always go, and I always, like, chat my crew. I did in this one, but, like, for the most part, I'd be like, there's a point in time, like, I'd be like, dude, I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about, I'll be honest. Like, I want to talk to you, I know you got something to say, but I really don't give a shit. And then you got, and then there's also, like, little side characters on the crew, too, like, you know, this, dude, Valo, the Solarian pilot, and then you got your, like, little Australian co-pilot, I forgot, I'm tripping on people's names. And then you got the doctor, the Asari doctor on board, Lexi, you know what I'm saying, just really not many standout characters, in my opinion. You know, some people may love characters. Me, personally, compared to the original trilogy, which I say I'm not compared to, but I am anyway, fuck it. Yeah, nah, they don't compare. They don't compare. But yeah, I've been talking about the story long enough. And if I forget anything, I'm gonna touch back on it later in the verse, I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah, we gotta chill. I'm talking too much. We gotta go to the gameplay. Now, the gameplay Mass Effect, that's the one thing that I will immediately commend it on. One thing I'll highlight on, the game looks fucking great. The game has good graphics. The game is colorful. The game, like, you know what I'm saying? For me, I played on Xbox One. And for me on consoles, looking that good, I already know the game looks fucking phenomenal on PC. One thing I will call out, when the game first dropped, there was a patch released midway through me playing this game. But when the game first dropped, the facial animations were looking a little poor, if I had to say. Looking a little outdated. Because they did some of those facial animation it's not game breaking. Like, it don't take you out like that. Like, some people like really be like shitting on this game because of facial animations. Yeah, the facial animations were not A1, but they weren't enough to take you out of the game. Some of it was a little crazy, but it wasn't that bad. I heard the female writer was a little bit crazy looking, but you know, I can't speak on that. I didn't play the female writer. And you know, graphics look good, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I will say, the one thing I kind of like caught my glimpse like off rip, like just off rip, that kind of breaks my soul once again. When I first load the game up, you know what I'm saying, you know, you can go to default characters, or you can create your own character. Me, I want to put my own personal spin on it, so I want to create my own character. And like me, I like to make my black characters look like black characters, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I just want a game to get black people right. I just want it. That's honestly, like, that's all we ask for. That's all we ask for. We don't ask for much, but we asking for good black characters. That's all we need. And they still to this day, developers still to this day, after they've never seen a black person before. We either got cornrows, dreads, or bald. Like, I promise you, there are more hairstyles out there to black people than those three. I promise you. I have never had cornrows, braids, fucking dreads, or been bald. I got a fucking short, tapered fade, like waves. Give us some waves. Like, give me some normal black people. My black guy in this game, I was disappointed. Like, I mean, he kind of like a black guy in the face, but I give him some fucking sleek, like, Guido hairstyle because, dude, I couldn't deal with the fucking black hairstyle they gave me in the game. I was like, dude, I'm not doing it. I guess I'm about to look at some fucking, like, Indian in my family or something. Like, dude, fuck that. I'm not looking like a turd. And, like, you know, best time in this guy, fuck that. So that's a little minor gripe. But, you know, let's get on to the actual gameplay. That's, you know, something I have to bring up. Personal rep for myself. But, yeah. Speaking of the gameplay now. The gameplay, fucking A1. That is where a lot of people commend Mass Effect on. Andromeda, at least. Because Mass Effect, you know, the original trilogy had good gameplay. But this one, like, they had a jump jet, and they had kind of this dashing mechanic, and they kind of got this automatic covering system. Mechanics just work out great in its favor. Every weapon and armor and everything in the game, you know what I'm saying? You can obviously go to vendors, you know, buy stuff, but it's also craftable, which is sweet too, because they give you this scanner, which some people thought was annoying, other people thought was straight. I was kind of in the middle. Sometimes it was annoying, sometimes it was straight. But this scanner allows you to scan materials on planets to basically give you, you know what I'm saying, do research on, you know, where it came from, and like, you know what I'm saying, and you get knowledge, you know what I'm saying, in a certain category, which allows you to craft, you know, different types of weapons, armor, stuff for your vehicle, all types of stuff, and that shit's pretty sweet. I did enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? Because me, good point in the game, I was going out and actually buying stuff from vendors. But then one day I realized, I'm like, dude, bump that. Like, the real shit that's sweet in this game is crafting. Like, so I started crafting armor, and I started, like, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of becomes a little metagame a little metagame inside of itself. Listen, and then another thing is a variety of weapons, from snipers, shotguns, pistols, kind of SMG automatic pistols. Like, okay, when it comes down to weapons and, you know what I'm saying, armor, like, there's plenty of content there for you. And then, of course, you know what I'm saying, you're a Pathfinder, so you're doing a lot of explorations, you know what I'm saying? There's a whole Andromeda galaxy to explore. Majority of the planets in the game, probably I'd say 90% of them are filler. Like, they're just there just to fill the galaxy or make it look full. You basically only land on like 4 or 5 planets. You know, I'm cool with that. If every single planet in that game is inhabitable, then I get this fucking review to 2020. So I'm not even like that. I'm cool with just getting 5 planets, because the planets on the planets themselves, you have to, you know what I'm saying, you have to increase the planet's viability and make it inhabitable. That was your entire reason of a Pathfinder. You gotta make the planet inhabitable. So, you know what I'm saying, it becomes a little metagame once again. You know, go on the planet, do side missions, do this, do that, whoopity whoop, scooty scoop. And then boom, like, you know what I'm saying, get 100% viability on the planets. And low-key, I got 100% viability every single planet, because I know life the shit out of this game. I gotta be honest with you. You think I've come up with this review late because my ass was bullshit, but nah, I was putting work in this game. Like, I legitimately, like, put time in this game, like, multiplayer and everything. So I'll talk about multiplayer later. Anyway, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, the gameplay's sweet. You know, the Nomad's back, and I think Nomad is in The Nomad was in, I don't know if it's called the Nomad or not, but you know, I think it was the Nomad. The Nomad was in Mass Effect 1, but it was more so like, you could drive it, but it was on a more so linear path. This one, man, you drop on a planet and you basically whip that boy whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you can customize it, customize paint job, customize the mechanics of it, you know, make the boost longer, upgrade it, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, that was sweet. You know, I gotta admit to that right there was sweet. One second, I gotta do something real quick. I'm about to get real little wild. 1 second. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just yeah, I'm back. But like I said, gameplay in the game on point. I will give it that. Like, they really focus on the gameplay, and like that, like, you really gotta chalk it. Ooh, I got really close to the fucking mic right there. But yeah, you really gotta chalk it up for them. Like, you really do. Like, you know, that's all we ask for. That's all we ask for in video games. Just give us some good gameplay, give us a good story. You know, and I don't got much complaints about it. I don't got much. I'm trying to view Mass Effect Andromeda as a whole, as itself. But yeah, now moving from gameplay, now move on to a variation of gameplay, or a different category, subcategory of gameplay, which is the multiplayer. And I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about the multiplayer, because really it's not really much to talk about the multiplayer. Like, I put decent time into it, honestly and truly. I put some good time into it. But like I said, for the most part, it's just a co-op, you know what I'm saying, a company of 4, and you guys are basically just, you know what I'm saying, tackling a bunch of missions. It's kind of just horde mode. I mean, really it's kind of just horde mode. But it's not really just like, you know, when I say horde mode, you really kind of think just survival. You know what I'm saying? You be hacking, you going through, you know what I'm saying, you got certain targets on the map you gotta assassinate. You may have to deliver a payload, or not payload, but deliver a package to a certain part of the map. You know, just, it really is, the multiplayer in the game, while being fun, is mainly just a grind fest. I mean, let's be honest with it. Like, I mean, you're really gonna be doing the same exact shit. You're basically just grinding out to unlock packs, and the packs give you new characters, weapons, you know what I'm saying, and you can upgrade whatever kind of character you have. I think they cap out as level 20, which is the same thing that was in Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect 3 had a really good multiplayer. It was actually sweet as hell. Very overlooked. Played the shit out of it. And the same in this one. This one actually has a really good multiplayer. Now, people really are talking about it, but hey, man, clap it up for that too, because multiplayer is a good time. Good time. But yeah, we in this bitch once again. Just still talking, still going in about video games. Hey, Mass Effect Andromeda, like I said, if you're a fan of Mass Effect, I don't think I said it before, I don't watch it like I said, but anyway, bullshitting. If you're a fan of Mass Effect and you've been hearing all this, oh man, all this thing's trash, you know what I'm saying? It's people giving 0 on Metacritic and all that bullshit. I mean, yeah, you know, take it with a grain of salt. I really recommend, if you don't want to, you know, fully invest $60 into it, rent it, try it out real quick. If you like it, buy it then. Cause like, I mean, actually, it's something that you just gotta play from your own perspective. Because at first, when I first popped this game, man, I was so stuck on that standard of the original trilogy, and I was so expecting something like on the original trilogy to hit me in the heart. Like, I was really not enjoying this game at first. Like, I really was just like, it felt like I was playing a chore. Like, everything, like in the past Mass Effect dropped, like, I was in that bitch, like, that shit was my job. Like, I was clocking in playing that game. Like, I didn't want to give it up. But like, in this game, I was like, man, this Ryder dude is corny. These characters are ass. Oh man, this shit, man, I gotta play this though. Like, I'm a Mass Effect fan, I can't just not play it. And then, like, over time, I got stronger in the game, and like, I started getting more abilities, and like, something I did not highlight in the gameplay, they don't limit you to one class. They do not limit you to a single class. You have way more flexibility when you're comes down to upgrading characters. That's also a plus. That's badass as hell. I'll give that to it. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, like, you know, once I start getting further in the game and I start discovering other planets and start going back and trying to get survivability up and everything, I was like, thinking to myself, like, you know what? I was shitting this game for a minute, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I even enjoyed the ending. Like, the ending was something I enjoyed. It was not as epic as the previous Mass Effect games, because that's the one thing about Mass Effect, like, especially 2 and 3. 3 is good. 3 was good until like the last 5 minutes. But 2 2. 2 gave free dick. Anyway, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mass Effect Andromeda's ending was really good. It was good, but you know what I'm saying? It still had this epic little tone to it. You know what I'm saying? Everyone coming in the end to fight a single enemy. So, you know, I think people need to just, when it comes out to play Mass Effect Andromeda, the best thing I can give people like advice-wise, with like, or basically like a little preview before coming in, is play it as its own game. Look at it as a reboot of the series, and try your best not to compare it to the original trilogy. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna do you no good. It's not gonna do you no good. Just play it and just try to enjoy it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard someone say in a review, like, you know, like a discussion about the game, that if it's not a bad game, but it's a bad Mass Effect game, or it's not that good of a Mass Effect game. It kind of makes sense, but you know what I'm saying? That's what people keep doing. They keep comparing it to the original trilogy. And like, I'm not gonna lie, like, the original trilogy really was something to live up to, because that game was good. Like, the trilogies were great. And not saying Andromeda's not great, but it's not the same. It's a different, cut from a different cloth, and just realize that. Like, don't harp on it too much. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what I forgot to actually talk about. So, you know what I'm saying? This is why it's always smart to have a script, because, you know what I'm saying, it should be organized. But, you know, we ain't got time for your script. We got too many fucking games to play, and I'm trying to knock out more. Anyway, yeah, a kind of a gripe I had about the game, but not too much of a gripe. Like, not really a gripe, but it was like something I just wish was in the game more. There wasn't that many alien species, like new alien species, which, like, I understand why they didn't put that many in, and but at the same time I'm still kind of sad, because, okay, first of all, like, there's 3, I guess, technically, 3 new alien species. I mean, you got the Angara, which are like kind of like the kind of like the civilized new species, the ones you actually talk to and you know what I'm saying, conversate with, and blah 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 blah. Then you got the Cat, which are like, you know, the new villain. They're the new villains, the new enemy army or enemy species you're warring with. And you got the species that's kind of the middle, which is the Remnant, which is kind of like these kind of like a machinery type species. Like, you don't, I say, you know what I'm saying, they're kind of new species because you don't know shit about them. You don't really learn shit about them ever. All you really know is I think they're a very old race in Andromeda. And like, a lot of people don't know how to access their technology. Which, you know what I'm saying, and I feel like, you know, if they do continue Andromeda, they, you know, make a second one or continue the same universe, you'll learn more about the Remnant, and they might be the new Reapers, you know what I'm saying? That should be pulling speculation out of my ass, I don't know. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but I understand why they didn't include that many races in the game, because they still, like, they still brought over the popular ones for the Milky Way. So, like, you really, like, I couldn't get mad at them, because, I mean, like, they could just say fuck it and bring in, you know, just the human race from the Milky Way, and then throw in, like, you know what I'm saying, 5 or 6 new alien races, and just be like, you know, I don't mind the connection back to the past. And then, you know, and they're also gonna start. Actually, in fact, no, I can't say that. This is a spoiler. Damn, I can't say that shit. Damn, I'm chilling. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Mass Effect Andromeda. My final parting words: play the game yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you always hate Mass Effect, don't fucking play Mass Effect. It's not gonna be no different for you, especially this one. You know what I'm saying? Don't play this one, expect to change your mind. Nah. And what I'm saying, if you want to try Mass Effect, for sure try this one for the first time. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta play any previous Mass Effect to enjoy this one, that's for sure. But, shit, I'm drawing a fucking blank. But, you know what I'm saying, like I was saying, go in this game and play it yourself, you know what I'm saying? And if you played previous Mass Effect, and even if you're a big fan, try to go in and not look at it in comparison of the original trilogy, because that's gonna fuck your perspective up and you're not gonna enjoy it as much. Like, start looking at it like it's his own man, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole new character, whole new universe, or whole new galaxy, literally, and it's a reboot for the series, you know what I'm saying? It's not comparing it to the old Mass Effect. So all I'm telling you, all you're gonna do is just fuck your playtime up, fuck your playthrough up, and that's not gonna be fun at all. But yeah, I think I basically capitalized all the highlights I can talk about with this game. You know what I'm saying? It was a long one. What we at right here? Yeah, we had about almost 34 minutes, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be long, you know. Hey, don't sit through this whole thing, you're gonna be bored. But yeah, you already know, we must move quickly back with long-winded, freestyle, non-scripted reviews. You know, we bring my natural, none of that artificial, none of that pre-scripted. Nah, man, we come with the natural hype, the natural review. We talking about this shit, because this shit needs to be spoken about. Mass Effect Andromeda, you know what I'm saying? It's a good game. Good game. You know what I'm saying? I clapped up for the developers. I'm not gonna sit there and, you know, highlight all their flaws. I'm talking about the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Do something different. But yeah, well, I think we can do this. Alright, cool. Y'all good. Y'all have a good night.